Going live. That's the way of the world today. Hey, hi. I'm here. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Transformational astrology. I'd like to help you get your mojo back. And I'm excited. I'm having a great day. We're going to be talking about Jupiter square Neptune, aka what does it sound like when your karma comes calling? Yeah. Or knocks on your door. That's what we're going to be talking about. So let me know that you're here. Who's here? Come say hello to me. What's your birthday? I got to bring my pens over, etc. My notes. My happy cosmic drink. Okay. So, hey, Elizabeth is here. Hi. Hello. How are you? This behind me, a courtesy of NASA, is the STC spiral galaxy. I don't know the rest of the name. It had a lot of letters and numbers, but feeling my Pisces big time. Hey, Christine's here. Pisces and a Sag. Welcome. Oh, I do, pardon me, I do want to say good morning and thank you to Kansas, not the group, but the state in the U.S. and Pennsylvania who have joined the ranks of Astrology Mojo. Welcome. Hong Kong as well, and Virginia and Maryland. Yay! Welcome. Thanks for being here. Carol, too. We have an Aries on board. Pisces, Taurus, Cancer. Woohoo. That's the Cancer going sideways move. It's my new dance. Okay, so as you join us, let us know your birthday. I'm here to talk about conscious awareness, transformational astrology, which includes your power. I'm going to post it right up top and then I'll post it again. As you join this community and you come back, and please do come back, I will be here Monday, Thursday, Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and talking about how you can transform your life in very easy, simple ways. And one of the things I put together was the Mojo Mystic Credo. And I'm a Mojo Mystic. Now, my credo is very long, and I look at it often, but I've condensed it into a shorter version so that you can take a look and see if you apply and want to apply yourself to a Mojo Mystic Credo. I'm going to put it right here in the comment section. And Jennifer is here. She's a Leo, the Lion's Gate. Ooh. And we're still in that kind of vibe. So there it is. Mojo Mystic Credo. I'm just going to read it out to you for those who haven't seen it yet or you're listening in a replay. And I think it's something that's relevant to who we are now and who we are becoming. So the credo is, I'm confident, intuitive, and trust my decisions. I set healthy boundaries, and it's okay to say no. So okay. I speak my truth and enact my heartfelt contribution with kindness. I'm not wrong for how I feel. I am compassionate and empathetic. I act on my joy with deliberate intentions. That's also very necessary. I ask for help, right? Please do. I see my future and magically create an intentional life. I'm as present as I can be in as many moments as possible. That is the key to every transformation. I trust that my needs are met even if I don't know how to meet them. That implies something even bigger. Why? Because I am pure conscious love. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, but today specifically what I'm talking about is your karma, what it sounds like when it comes calling. And in astrology, what that looks like or what can look like, there are many ways karma shows up in astrology, and one of them is through Saturn, and the other is through Neptune. So we're looking at Neptune and Jupiter squaring off. It's an aspect in astrology that's a little uncomfortable. And, okay, if you are new to me and you don't know that I say this, I'm going to say it now. The planets don't make you do anything. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. So when the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets reflect that by way of aspects and angles in astrology. And basically, astrology just tells you what time it is. That's all. It's not positive, nor is it negative. Okay? So we have that covered. Awesome. Let me just check the comment box. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth says, happy Monday to you too. Thank you. Hope it's great for everyone. Okay, so we're going to cover what this vibe, Jupiter squaring Neptune, means all through September. This is the third square of the year. And then also at least 3 things that you can do to work with this energy and harness it for your benefit. All right? So just a reminder, I am here on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Spread the word. Let people know, because I want to be able to help as many people as possible. And okay, cool. So now a few definitions in case you're new to astrology or you're not familiar with the planets. I like to look at the planets as people, and because they represent a different aspect of us, consciously and unconsciously. And so some definitions are always in order when I'm talking about astrology. And one of the big ones, is Jupiter. And Jupiter represents expansion, benevolence, abundance, generosity, and also education and the law, travel, cultural affairs. These are all on the positive upside. Now on the downside, Jupiter also represents overindulgence and cynicism, sarcasm, and one-sided, kind of a cynical viewpoint of the world. Also science and medical advancements. So the judgment, though, is the biggest negative part, and overindulgence. So we want to be careful of that. Now, Neptune represents your magical self, your mystical self. Look at the architecture, even though the building's on fire. It's the illusion and the illusion of life and your role in it. Sometimes false beliefs. Neptune energy that doesn't want to see, it's the part of you that doesn't want to see ugliness, and so pretends that it's not there, but also is very pious and very prophetic, metaphysical, and has this ideal of perfection, and is in service to others. But on the downside, in denial and in service at the sake of themselves. So we have, basically the karmic part of Neptune represents your unfinished business. So this is the karma. And karma, okay, so now let's talk about karma. Who else is here? Come say hello to me. We've got, hang on. I'm just going to post my thing. There we go. Who else? Oh, lots of folks. Debbie is here. Good morning. Catherine, Gemini extraordinaire. And we have Sasha. I was hoping to see Saturday's replay, but I caught you live. Apparently I'm live every day. I'm just not caught every day. Vicky's here. Carol, Kathy Brown, Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary is an amazing human being. If you live anywhere near Montclair, New Jersey, look up Mary Massaro. If you need help in transformation, Mary's your gal. Okay. And sometimes I distract myself. Okay. Oh, karma. Here's what we're talking about. How many people, by show of, shock faces emoji, or how many people, by show of hands, believe that karma means terrible things happen to you? I'm going to take a sip of the universe while you ponder that question. So, what are you thinking about karma? Ideally, you'd like to say dharma is the path and karma is the action upon the path. Is it positive? I don't know. You tell me. Is it negative? I don't know. You tell me. So when you are enacting any business during any part of your day, you know deep down when you've stepped on someone's toes and don't admit, apologize, or rectify the situation. You know when someone has crossed your boundaries and you don't stand up for yourself, it's going to come back around. So karma is merely a harnessing of balance and, harmonizing energies. It's not good, nor is it bad. It's just the completion. It is the completion of energy. All right. It's like what you put out, you get back, sometimes times 10. Now, but it's not always right away. So you don't always recognize it. 6 weeks later, 6 months later, a year later, 5 years later, 20 years later, a lifetime later, 6 lifetimes later, right? You don't recognize it as karma. You look at it like, oh, wow, what a stroke of good fortune. Oh my gosh, what did I do to deserve that? Right? We don't see it like that. Yeah. So Kathy says, I think it's both positive and negative. Jennifer has a definite thumbs down. In ancient Roman history, the thumbs up actually meant kill the dude. Somewhere along the line, it got transferred and reversed. But thumbs up used to mean, yeah, not good for you. So, but in today's world, we understand thumbs down is like, yeah, karma's not good. How about when you meet somebody, it could be a friend, potential lover, a boss, an employee, someone in the park, you're walking your dog, and they give you a gift. They say something that you've been needing to hear, or they offer up some information that helps you out of a stuck, spiraling galaxy place. That's also karmic. Okay, life comes at you from expected and unexpected sources, okay? This is what karma is. Now, when Jupiter is square Neptune, what happens is, doctrines, belief systems, actions, they get put to the test and they get put on the chopping block. And we're looking at false beliefs, martyrdom too, presenting one set of ideals, but then living by another. So it is a contradiction. And sometimes it's like saying, oh, I can have 6 more cookies, because I didn't eat anything yesterday. So there's this belief system that starts to sabotage you and trip you up. Now, on the stage of the world, what does this look like? Well, there's a lot, with Neptune, there's a lot of piety, and with Jupiter, there's a lot of culture and or doctrines and laws. So we might be looking at more on the stage of the world about different religions who are causing harm. And or it could be, like the local priest is passing around the plate and then, unbeknownst to anyone, takes half the money, invests it, and makes a profit that nobody knows about. It's things like that, as well as the horrible things that I don't even want to mention that you know what I'm talking about. So when you have a vision of what you'd like something to look like, and along comes, a slam door in your face, or nobody returns the phone calls, or you get judged for your beliefs or challenged, this is the energy of this cycle, and it's all the way through September. Now, it happened in January. It happened in June more intensely because the squares were exact. And in astrology, when 2 planets are within certain degrees, within 8 degrees, they call it that aspect, whatever it is, an opposition, a square, a trine. But when it is exact degree, 10 degrees of Jupiter, 10 degrees of Neptune, or whatever it is, that is more intense. And who will feel this the most? Top of the list, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius. And will everyone else feel it? Absolutely. So, and it can be, you have a great idea you want to present your boss with a great idea, and you say, oh, I've got this great idea, and it's going to save you time and money and energy. And they go, yeah, I don't have time for you right now. And you're crushed because it took all your nerve. It took everything you had to put this out into the world. And now you're disillusioned. Well, it was such a great idea because all you are is stuck on the thing that you were hoping to happen. And it's not an illusion. It is, however, sometimes the timing of things and noticing it. I want you to become more aware. You know, in its most extreme, the Jupiter energy is the part of anyone who's like the sarcastic guy at a party, hanging out, waiting for just someone to debate with. And you come along like, oh, this happened to me actually once. I met someone for the first time through Dean, who's my husband, in case you don't know me. And this was a long time ago. And this person said to me, who was quite notable in the world, and this person said to me, so what do you do? And I said, I'm a clairvoyant and an intuitive, and I also use astrology to help people to find their purpose. And he said, and he looked at me, and then he said, okay, you ready? This was me. When was this, Dean? 27 years ago, about. And he looked at me and he said, what qualifies you to do this work? I had to hold back two things, my tears and my outrage. And at the time, I thought it to be a really rude question. But this guy's a Sagittarius, by the way, and was just questioning because of who he is. You know, how do you get to help people make decisions when you don't have a degree? Is basically what he was asking. And so I answered it by saying, by being as present as I possibly can with what the other person's needs are and by their validation of the work that we do together. And then he said, oh, well, that's cool. That was it. But it threw me. You know, it really threw me. So sometimes the person who is challenging you, is helping you to create an opportunity to overcome something. And this is the karmic part of the program that you've been, you know, circling the drain over for weeks, years, lifetimes, right? So where in you do you have this defensive feeling or a posture of my way is the way and it's the only way because it is that way and that's the way it is? You know, and then, you know, drop the mic, walk away. So whenever you have a staunch or haughty point of view, and this can deal with politics, religion, health, the state of the world, your own career, it doesn't matter really what the topic is, but anytime you feel the need to defend yourself or protect yourself or a cause or a people, and you are electrically charged to do this, this is part of this energy of the square. And a square is like sitting on something uncomfortable, like, oh, what is that? I don't like that, right? So, you know, or this energy can relate to when the bad guy wins a victory in court. What? They had all this evidence against him, you know, or it's when the undercover agent roots out the drug kingpin. It could be that too. Now, if you write fiction, fantasy, mysteries, drama, this is a really great time to develop characters with a dark side. If you don't, you might enjoy reading characters with a dark side. If you don't, you might be creating characters in your world based on your dark side or your fearful side or theirs. Okay, basically, this is about honesty and transparency. Now, I've talked about in the other shows, I was talking about the positive energy of Uranus and Taurus and trining positive blessing angles to the Sun, Venus, and Mars in Virgo. And so this Virgo lineup is part of the opening of the doors. Now, look at the spiral galaxy behind me. There's a point in time where it begins and a point in time where it ends. But we don't always see that. We just kind of see, you know, maybe a little bit along the way. And that's all we see. So we're not privy to everything. So you want to not assume and not judge and not fall into a victim's place or a perpetrator's place or be put into that position by allowing other people to overstep the boundaries that you may or may not have. Does this make sense? Okay. Okay. So, let me see. Let me think on this for a minute, because I have a list of questions and thoughts you can ask yourself about, how do you identify this in you if you don't know, if you're just going along, la, 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 this is my world, and what do I want to do with it, and how is it working? When you are, the positive side is when you acknowledge your role in any situation that isn't wholly in service to self or others. Okay? That's basically the context of when you're going through your day and you're saying, how is this Jupiter square Neptune affecting me? What does karma sound like when it comes calling in my world? Is it suddenly, you get jury duty might come your way, or you get a notification that you owe taxes. It depends on where Jupiter and Neptune are in your natal chart, but it can also mean that you've been deluding yourself into thinking, I followed this method, this format, this system, I have this belief, and, I'm doubting now. I'm doubting. And at the end of Mother Teresa's life, she faced what we would call in astrology a Jupiter square Neptune. It's like, after seeing all the tragedy, poverty, and harm in this world, I doubt that there is a God. And so as she doubts her belief, first of all, it's a sweeping statement, right, for someone to say that in her position, who she is. And but what can it mean if we don't know her exact definitions? So then we can start assuming, oh, you see, if you're the cynic or the agnostic, you see, Mother Teresa said, but what's her definition? What's your definition? It has to do more with you, not so much the what's going on in the world. So how to get clear on this? I want you to ask yourself some questions, okay? And the questions are, where do you go? And I wrote some notes so that I could remember them all. Where do you go to extremes in your life? Simple enough, right? Is it with health? Is it with relationships? Is it with career? Where do you go to extremes? Is it with your children? You have certain boundaries with people at work and, adults, but when your kids are there and then you're like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just take it on, whatever. So you want to look at where the extremes are and how to move out of illusion to delineate fact from fiction, from fantasy. You have to get really clear by being as present as possible in every moment, okay? Where are your boundaries? That's a bigger question. Where are your boundaries? And are you living with a tyrant? If you're living with someone who is constantly criticizing you or judging you or or is negative and cynical, why are you allowing that? Or perhaps you are that energy. Or perhaps you're really healthy and proactive and you live with someone or you work with someone, a business partner or a roommate or a lover or a spouse, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever you want is fine. And they're not stepping up. They're not contributing to the relationship. You need to ask yourself, why are you allowing, and what's the false belief? Oh, he'll change. Oh, it'll get better. La, 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 la. If you're more invested in a mutual partnership than the other person, this is the square. You're going to get to that point right now, this month and through September, where it's not going to work for you anymore, right? To criticize you, to criticize yourself, this is a time of heart openings and or realizations. And they don't always feel good, but what you can do for yourself is to just be as present as possible. Because right now, this energy tells me that some part of you is either at a crossroads or you can't wait to get started. in a new partnership and a new venture or a contract, or with a different language. That language can be astrology or finance or law or French, it doesn't matter. Just something new, you're excited to get going, or you're confused about your direction, and you're praying for a miracle. So when karma comes calling, you want to note the differences between everything we talked about and who you are in the moment. What's presenting itself to you? Now, how to remedy all this is great. Listen, if you've just joined me, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Transformational Astrology, and the planets aren't doing anything to you. Astrology merely tells you what time it is. And so when karma comes calling, there's a couple of things you can do. And that is, one, during this time of Jupiter square Neptune, and we're going to talk about this again on Thursday, so please come back, 10 a.m. Pacific, you can embrace your mystical, magical mojo self. In the thread, you can read my credo, my mini version of a credo for a Mojo Mystic. All right, so you can embrace the magic, not the delusion or the illusion, but the magic and the mysticism of life and the mysteries. And you might start studying something that has to do with religion or the Kabbalah or astrology or ancient origins of herbs and how they have healing properties, or, essential oils, whatever it is. So you want to, one, embrace your mystical mojo self and then have a plan of action to go with it. Now, two, you want to notice the moment you go from optimistic to pessimistic. That is a very key moment. That's like the center of that spiral galaxy right behind me. It is core. The moment you go from positive to negative, you want to find a neutral place. You just need to breathe through it and come back to the present moment in as many moments as possible. And fill it with pure conscious love. That's who you are. Fill it with pure white light. That's who you are, okay? So that's two, to remedy. And then three, I want you to, hang on, need a little drink. I'm going to sip the galaxy right now. Isn't that cool? It's my magic cup. I would like you to notice, number three, who you attract and what situations you attract in your day. Is it expansive and positive? And how do you respond? Or is it contracting and negative? And how do you respond? The biggest takeaway from these questions, especially this last one, is do you act in extremes? Is it, oh my gosh, I can't wait, I'm so excited. Okay, great, I'm so glad you're excited. Now let's have a plan of action, or, then you become Eeyore. Oh no, here we go again. Right? Hey, Carlita's here, and Samuel. Libra. So harmonized, so dedicated. Okay, so you want to curb the extremes, Libra. You want to curb the extremes and start to trust that your needs are met. I want everybody, wherever you are, even if you're at the office and you have headphones on and nobody knows you're doing this, you can do this silently. But really, say with me right now, my needs are met. My needs are met. My needs are met, even if I don't know how to meet them. That opens a door to trust with the universe. Okay, so if you're just joining us, you can always listen to the replay. And remember to please visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Astrology Mojo, and I will post this right there to give you the link. And when you subscribe, you'll see a little bell. And when you click the bell, you'll be notified of new fresh content that we upload. So I'm going to pull a card for, how was this for everybody? Is this everybody enjoying? Are you getting it? Vicky says, thank you. Sasha says, LOL, I'm an extreme Libra too. Okay, so I'm going to pull a happy magic card for everybody. And I'm calling in to draw on my starseed, the angelic realm, all the people and energies that support me and you Oh, okay. I pulled this card 3 times today already when thinking about this particular talk. So I guess this is the message they want to bring through. And that, oh, what? Ooh, trippy. It is vision. Vision. What's your vision? Now, a vision, that's very Pisces in nature. And a vision is something that you feel so profoundly in your heart of hearts. And then the rest is, you're just, you're dusting off the old parts of you that want to come back and create that vision and make it a reality. So I want you to pick a vision for yourself during this Jupiter square retrograde, during this Uranus and Taurus trine positive angle, the Sun, Venus, and Mars. And look for the open doors. And if something closes, my grandmother used to say, who was Greek, illiterate, but very savvy because she ran a produce stand and then a little vegetable mart. And she couldn't speak English. She couldn't read or write, but she did all the math in her head. She came from Greece, and she used to say, translation, you can bang on the deaf man's door all you want, he ain't going to hear you. So if you're knocking on a door that's not opening, then I want you to turn to the right, the left, or look behind you, or look above, look below. What is opening in your world? What is the opportunity? We're going to talk more about this on Thursday and other things you might be asking yourself about karma and what you can do. But in the meantime, oh, yes, Samuel says, yes, Elizabeth, so helpful. Catherine says, thanks, Elaine. And Catherine knows, too, because she's an awesome astrologer. Carol says, wonderful. Catherine also says, vision is perfect with the Virgo energy, can help with manifesting. Exactly. Listen to the professional. Okay, so I'm just going to recap very quickly things you can do to remedy the Jupiter square Neptune. Embrace your magical, mystical mojo self. Meditate. Involve yourself in something that's fantastical. Really think outside the box, and then remember there are no boxes. That's the illusion. There are no boxes. Okay? Notice the moment you go from positive to negative, from pessimistic to optimistic, and then grab that central moment and right in that moment and expand it with pure white light, pure conscious love, breathing in, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And other than that, the third thing you can do is to ask yourself these questions. Notice who or what you are attracting in your day, all right, through Thursday and through the rest of September as well. Is it expansive and positive? And how do you respond or react to it? Is it contracting and negative? And how do you respond or react to that? Are you going into extremes? Are you blowing up because you've been emotionally held? Are you just latching on to the first opportunity that comes your way? And by the way, on Thursday, we'll talk a little bit more about how this might affect your health and how you can, emotional and physical health and well-being, and how you can discern between remedies, treatments, doctors, procedures in a very quick and simple exercise. Okay, so until then, be still, be present. Be so aware that you are pure conscious love and manifesting everything you could possibly need, want, or desire. And then some other stuff that you don't want. Okay, keep that vision, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for being here, folks.